Did you see the Marvel Rivals player who got banned from a tournament after telling his teammate to switch off Black Widow? No, I'll look at it though. Twitch streamer kicked out of $40,000 Marvel Rivals tournament for telling teammate to switch off Black Widow. Oh, this just happened. Oh, it's a Twitch clip.
Guys. Okay, guys. Pace and point proven right now. Do you understand?
No, it's well, you've been making
Yes,
me play shit. Of course I'm gonna
How
play.
do you not see the problem right now?
Wait, first of all, it's that ass Kingsman, like, shut the fuck up.
Okay, bro.
You're doing too much.
Lucy's not even on Invis. Second of all, you're getting value because
No. She shouldn't be dead.
Yes.
I'm getting value because I'm 1v6ing.
Hulk isn't peeling for you, bro. Yes, Zaza is 0-5, but we won the point, bro. Why? Because they were hard. Like, 4 people are dying here. That means 4 of their util, 4 of their resources are all spent on Zaza.
So you just wave those
And the
hands of
support.
yours around
And we win because they don't care.
So what is this tournament?
Like,
That's not why it's
As well
happening.
as Lucy's letting strap pull and going on Invis, and then they kind of split, but we still.
Well, so we got, like, you got banned from the tournament for that? What is the tournament? The comments on the Reddit thread explain it a bit more. Okay, here. This is one of the top up-duded. Apparently, Dude expressed that the money would mean a lot to him because he's in college. His team basically said it doesn't mean a lot to us and played for vibes. Then the boyfriend of the widow DM'd the guy to get him kicked. Is that real? Now, according to this, there's a massive hate raid against the widow. What the fuck? It's a $40,000 tournament. I don't understand. How would that not mean a lot to someone? That's a lot of money. Why even join the tournament then? Is it for college funds? Again, it's just the top updated context I can find. This just happened like an hour ago. I really feel like you shouldn't be going into like a tournament if you're not there to like actually try and win. Like even for those silly Twitch Rivals tournaments I used to go to from time to time, I did like legitimately try to win those. Of course, I was still having fun, but I did want to win. I wasn't, like, intentionally just like, yeah, shit doesn't mean anything to me, man. I'll just throw. The clip says 2 days ago. Oh, shit, you're right. Oh, then this just blew up an hour ago, then. Oh, I thought it just happened. Have you seen the conspiracy with the San Francisco 49ers? Have you seen the conspiracy with the San Francisco 49ers players' injuries and the electrical substation nearby? Yes. I haven't looked into that. That is fascinating, though. How many of you saw this? I'll pull this up real quick. Oh my lord, the website has to load so many fucking ads. Okay. Conspiracy floating around the NFL surrounding the 49ers, linking their home location, Levi's Stadium, to a number of injuries sustained by Niners players. Just next door to Levi's Stadium, where 49ers play their games. Fast forward, where did it go? Up here we go. I wanted to get into like the actual meat of it, because it is somewhat interesting. The theory, which is yet to be scientifically proven true, is that excessive EMF exposure can cause negative harm to the body. Low-frequency electromagnetic fields can degrade collagen, weaken tendons, and cause soft tissue damage at level regulators call safe. This was what I was sent. This thread. 49ers injuries conspiracy. San Francisco has suffered blows to many key players throughout the season, including Brock Purdy, McCaffrey, Bosa, on and on and on. Many of their injuries were tendon and ligament tears. Kittle is most recent victim to the injury after suffering a torn right Achilles against the Eagles in the wild card round. 49ers receiver Bourne joked about the viral conspiracy theory, explaining the team's injuries during a Jan 13 scrum with reporters. Yeah, it's that power plant. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. It just sucks. But we do a good job of working it every day. Injuries are part of the game. It's unfortunate, but we just have to hold it down, keep that good energy, and believe in ourselves, believe in the next man up. I saw this floating around. I haven't like dug into it at all, but it was very interesting about like the effect of EMF over a long period of time on like collagen in particular. So let's read about the experts debunking this. Frank de Vogt, a professor of epidemiology and public health at Bristol Medical School in England, leading expert on EMF, he said in an interview with the Post that the conspiracy is nonsense. UC Davis radiology professor Bushberg, who is also a 49ers fan, told Front Office Sports in an interview that there isn't any established evidence to conclude the conspiracy is accurate. These so-called mechanisms have not been established. Many of the experiments are contradictory. Many of the experiments have exposures that either don't relate specifically to 50 to 60 hertz magnetic fields or are at a much, much higher levels than what would be experienced at a practice level. I thought there was going to be a lot more to the debunking. I mean, him just calling it nonsense doesn't do a whole lot to quell the fears. Because from what I was looking into, the 49ers are more injury prone than most teams in the NFL. Most of their injuries are tendon and ligament related injuries. It's food for thought. That is very interesting. Probably need to look at their strength program first. I wouldn't even say it's that. I would say you need to look at a bigger question. Why are athletes getting injured at a more frequent rate than previously? Like, look at basketball. Look how many Achilles tears in particular you see, compared to, like, the early ages of basketball. And the same is true for football. From what I looked up, the little amounts of research I looked into, it's that our shoe technology is actually what's causing it. At least according to some studies. The argument is, as shoes have evolved, as shoes have changed, and as humans have gotten more physically powerful than previously, like more adept at these sports, the shoes haven't caught up to that ability, and they are thus overexerting their body to the point that it's causing injuries more commonly. But that's just a little bit of the theories I was reading. It's something that's actually being widely studied from what I can see. Because anyone who watches sports will tell you players get injured far more often now than they used to. That's just a provable fact. No, they just used to play through it. That is the biggest load of fucking baloney I've ever heard. You can't just rub dirt on an Achilles tear. You can't play through it per se, except for Kobe Bryant that one time because he was an actual fucking madman. You could argue there's more people playing sports now. Kind of. But we're talking at a professional level in the NBA and the NFL. I haven't read this study, but this seems to be the most recent one, looking at a 17-year period and the rise in injury patterns over this period in the elite athletes. This one's on PMC. This one's specifically for the NBA, though. It's an epidemiological study on the injuries over the last 17 years and the rising frequency of it. True ligamentous injuries of the knee were surprisingly rare in the NBA. Seems like it is mainly just like in the ankle and everything. Also take more precautions now. Back in the day, they'd play till they're broken. And again, to a certain degree, you are right. There was a difference in the way injuries were handled back in the day. Like concussions in particular, like encephalon injuries in football, they were not taken seriously back in the day. That is true. But what is also true is that season-ending injuries, like in particular basketball, Achilles tears, you cannot play through that. Again, only Kobe Bryant could that one time. But that is not a playable injury. So it's not just a matter of like, they're not as tough as they once were. My point was that since more people are playing, we're going to see more injuries. For example, in 1960, there were only 14 teams. Now there are 323. Oh, I thought you just meant like more people in the world, thus more people playing, thus more people being injured, not more teams. Yeah, and another thing on that is there's more games now. Now there's more games, like in football, than there used to be. Yeah, that's definitely something to consider as well, for sure. Microplastics. I don't know, probably not. From what I understand with microplastics, like, yes, they're in everything, including the rain. They don't, like, actually deteriorate your body. It's more so, like, the next generation getting the microplastics in your balls and shit. I don't think they're actually causing all the injuries or anything, but hey, maybe there's a study to be had there. Do you think modern man is stronger than our ancestors? 1000%, yeah. No doubt in my mind. Really? Brother, just look at average height data. Over the last, 1,000 years, man, we are, significantly taller and bigger than our ancestors that came before us. Really, I heard ancient humans were fucking nutty. Neanderthals, yeah. We're definitely not stronger than Neanderthals. I'm talking humans. Why are we bringing in fucking Neanderthals? Yeah, we're not stronger than Neanderthals. No shit. They couldn't handle the 500 IQ plays. How did we outperform Neanderthals? I actually don't remember. Was it tool usage? According to this first article, it was geographical awareness, which meant more diverse diets, which allowed them to hunt more efficiently than Neanderthals, eventually leading to their extinction. At least according to this first one. That's interesting. I've never bothered to really look into how we, as Homo sapiens, outperformed. We also inbred with them also. Well, I'm sure that happened. No doubt in my mind. But it looks like, I've gone to a couple different ones now, it looks like the consensus is the reason Homo sapiens were able to outperform Neanderthals is just because of being able to have more dietary options, which allowed them to spread out and hunt more species, which left little for the Neanderthals, and eventually they just went extinct like 40k years ago. Better jungler wins. True. Jungle diff. These are all still just theories, though. That just seems to be the most commonly accepted one. And it looks like interbreeding was also a big component of it as well. At least according to this other one from the Natural History Museum laying out a bunch of theories. We also invented new tools like the bow and arrow. We were able to outcompete them for resources because we were smarter. When was the bow and arrow invented? I think that came much later than that, man. Nope, you're right. It was right in that time period. I thought it was far after that. Well, what do you know? Crazy how smart humans have always been. I was actually talking about that today. So, I was going shooting with a buddy of mine, and he went to an estate sale. So this is a Ruger. It's a Vaquero. It's based off like an old 1700s cowboy revolver. This is from the 90s, but it's not like an actual 1700s one. But the way this is designed is actually extremely creative, especially for back then. So, like, since you would use this on horseback, when you, like, right now, if you point at something, you can kind of get a good gauge of where something's going. So this gun is designed more vertical, so when you point it, it kind of goes where you would expect it to very intuitively. And I just think that's super cool, the way they figured out a lot of things. Like, the way it reloads is like the classic, like, not like spin out, but the classic with the plunger here, and you pop out the rounds. I don't know. Learning that this was like a 1700s model, I thought was just super fucking cool. Humans are very, very, very impressive, and always have been. Why do you have that on your desk? I don't know, it's fun to fidget with. It's got... I don't know, it's just got a lot of fun little features on it. There's snap rounds in it, so you can dry fire it and shit. You don't typically want to dry fire a weapon, but there's snap rounds, so I've been playing with it. Do you say it's high noon and shoot it real quick? Well, it's actually not mine. He left it here. And now I've just been playing with it since. So I'm basically just babysitting it. Till we go shooting. He left it there to get your fingerprints on it. What model Ruger was it? It's a Vaquero. This one I think was 98 or something, he said. Shoots 45 long, which is a very interesting round here. You can take a peek at these. These aren't real bullets, these are snap rounds. These are for practicing, so when you're practicing loading, unloading, or shooting. How many frying pans do you think those rounds can pierce? I don't think I've ever shot a 45 long. This was like my first time even seeing a gun that shoots that. I'm not overly familiar with them, so I couldn't tell you. Maybe three frying pans. You're saying how humans have always been smart, but ever since AI, people are actively evolving backwards, brother. Well. Yeah, I mean, that sucks. It is a very alarming thing to learn that most of the most recent generation is more technologically illiterate than the previous generation. So like the current gen is worse with technology than the generation that came before them. Where typically the trend was every new generation gets better and better and better at it until now. Because now they don't have to like think or do anything for themselves, they can just ask AI to do it. Robbing us of our Sony Vegas editing skills. So true. That was a trend before AI, since younger people focus more on smartphones than PCs. Maybe. I've only read the more recent studies about that topic, so it obviously includes AI. But maybe you're right. I have no idea. What do you think about AI? Man, I've given my take on AI a million times, man. AI, I think, has incredible usage cases that could really help humans in a lot of areas, but it seems like corporations are focused on the most uninteresting, most unhelpful component of it, which is taking over the creative sector and forcing out jobs, like replacing jobs with AI for the sake of cutting cost. So right now it's pretty much net negatives across the board. And also using AI as a substitute for socialization, so it keeps you locked inside, hooked on product. But I'm not like an absolutist AI hater or anything. I think there's tons of great usage that AI could bring. Could help people with so many things. But it's just not being used. Well, I mean, that's not true. It is being used in some of those cases, but it seems like most businesses are focused more on the worst parts of it.